think we are already live. Let me check. Yeah, we are live. So, hello guys, we are live. We are back with our live Trecena analysis. Today, we're going to be analyzing the Oshlahu Yik 13 wing Trecena. This Trecena starts with one Tz'i, one dog, and culminates with the wind. So, just going to be waiting for more people enter the live. Hello, Duwelling. Nice to see you here, brother. As always. Nice to see you here, Bianca. So today we're gonna be analyzing. We're gonna be back with our live analysis. I'm not gonna be doing that all the time because we already have all of the Trecenas analyzed live. I'm gonna be mixing between recorded analysis and some live analysis to always try to deliver something different. Of course, if you have any suggestions of content, of type of anything that you like to to see here in the channel, just type that in the comment section. I have a new video about to come out. I think on the tops, I think more 5 days I'm gonna be finishing editing a video that have been requested a lot about the Maya cross, what we call the Chobor. So I'm gonna be diving more deep into that because it's something that I barely mention here in the channel. I know people who are starting studying the Maya calendar like to understand that better, so I have a dedicated video back to our fundamentals coming out in a few days. And I also have on the work some more famous people analysis. I see that you enjoyed a lot the Junajpu video. I'm kind of surprised because the amount of views compared with the Bob Marley one. So if you have any suggestions, just keep sending me, guys, because I read everything that you guys write me. So if you have any people, any you'd like to see me analyze in here or bring Tata Pabiantel or any type of suggestions, just type that in the comment section below. Because I want to make this channel like as beautiful as for everybody to enjoy. Okay, so we already have 5 people here. I think we can start with this live analysis. So guys, before we start with the analysis, if you are just seeing me for the first time, I deliver Maya calendar content. I do live trust and analysis to help you just jump and understand the Maya calendar. I try to do that in the easiest way as possible. I have a video called, a playlist called Fundamentals that are going to be listing in here. If you want to get more familiar, understand nawals, understand Trecenas, understand how everything works, I have a playlist dedicated to this type of videos. And also, I'll highly suggest you, if you would like to get extra insights about the Trecena, just go to my website, mayathekeeper.me. The link's gonna be in the description, and subscribe to my newsletter because I have been sending some extra insights on the top of what I'm gonna be talking about in here. I also deliver extra stuff in the newsletter, so I highly recommend you to go there and subscribe. It's free, and also you're gonna be receiving any news with priority. I always, tell the people from the community from the newsletter before announcing on Instagram or here on YouTube. So without further ado, let's just hop into our analysis. As always, I'm gonna be sharing my screen here with you. I hope you can see there. So we are just finalizing the Oshlahu Tor Trecena, the 13th fire. So this is the Trecena of the biggest commitment. So we started with one nawal, one thoughts. That was the beginning of fresh new ideas or a fresh new plan. So, but for every idea and every plan that we have, it always comes hidden sacrifices that are going to be having to go through to achieve that. So now Thor is the ascending fire. So it's the fire of the bigger sacrifices, the fire that represents your payment, your offering in order to commit into something. So for every idea, every new plan, there is always a new commitment that you need to be serious about that. If you really want to take that, for you, if you want to go there and pursue your goals, you need to be committed to your goals. So this 13 Fire Trecena, it was all about that. Just grabbing all your fresh new ideas, because this is the first full Trecena after we restarted the calendar. So every plan, every new fresh idea, so you need to be choose what you're gonna be committing. So that's why you're doing this big payment. But we need to see things clear. We need to see beforehand like what kind of sacrifices we are entering. So throughout this 13th Trecena, we are just clarifying the steps, clarifying how we need to be organized, clarifying the things that we'd like to commit, what our heart is telling us to do. But we need, as the 13th talks about, also those things that brings pain, because it's the big sacrifices. We know like it's nice to have ideas, but can we handle the returning of the tasks as we saw in this Trecena? Can we handle like this inner drive that we need to have whenever things we are not that excited about it? So that's was about to clarify what kind of things we are about to commit in this 13 Fire Trecena. So for this Trecena, we're going to be committing to the stuff that we're going to be pondering into 140 days later, whenever we return to the 13 Complementarity Trecena, before reinitiating the cycles, that we're going to be pondering, was it worth it? Side, was it worth it, the payments? Was as nice as you thought it would be in this Trecena? So these were the main things we were facing throughout this 13 Fire Trecena. And now we are about to start the 13 Yik, 13 Wind Trecena. And this Trecena is going to be all about the accumulation of impulse, accumulation of emotions, accumulation of movement to get the results. Emotions is always going to be playing a huge factor in every commitment that we do. We need to be excited about it. Last time we saw the nawal wind was in the nawal 6, in the heart of the 13 Fire Trecena. So for making the fire to go up, the wind is always going to be the factor. If you have no wind, if the wind is low, it's going to be hard to make a fire. But if you have the wind working with you, the fire is going to be growing. But you need to be having your heart in the scale to ponder how much excitement, because you don't want to lose control of the fire. But after we finalized all of the commitments, we made our payments to our altars, we made our commitments. Now it's time just to take things, to start making things fly, just to give them the movement necessary to achieve the results. And we need to have faith that things are going to be working out. We need to be engaged. We need to create a bond with this stuff, with our projects. Remember that everything is spiritual. Everything has a way of communication. So if you set your intentions of something you would like to commit in the previous Trecena, now you need to have the fire burning with you. You need to have the energy to go there and go for the results. So that's what this Trecena is going to be about. And we start this Trecena in one dog, one Tz'i, talking about the beginning of new emotions, the beginning of a new faith. So in this 13 Yik, 13 Wind Trecena, for those who are used to follow the Trecena, to name the Trecena by number 1, remember that the number 1 is just the beginning, something just like a scent. But what is culminating, this is just like the tip of the toe of the 13 Yik over there. It's something that starts like it sees the emotions, and now Yak is gonna be the explosion of emotions, the emotions that can grow, the emotions that can drive us for life. It's the emotions that, for most of people, that is the decision factor. So we need to be engaged. We need to create a relationship with the people you want to nurture, like with the friends you want to keep in your lives, with the partners we want to keep them in your life. With our projects, is the same thing. We need to keep feeding them emotionally. So that's the main thing of this Trecena. So one dog is gonna be the beginning of new emotions. What is gonna be following, just like a dog? Like what is your scent is telling you to follow? Where, like, what is gonna be like the best thing for you start dedicating? And also it's gonna be like the new seed of emotions that you can plant with people around you. If your thing is about restoring the bonds you have with other people, so this Trasena, it's amazing to take your relationships to a new height. So the beginning Tz'i can be an amazing day for you to start paying, just to start showing your devotion for those you love, show affection, to increase your bonds, to take your relationship to new heights, just to keep moving that. So we need to keep feeding like the friends we make throughout life. So one seed is going to be talking about the seed of friendship, the seed of emotions to be engaged in your projects. So, but be aware that you need to keep your emotions in check. Like if there is something that wasn't is remain unresolved with somebody that you enjoy, just take this Trasena to try to solve that, to correct any mistake, to let go of the blindness of silly mistakes that kind of taint the friendship. So this Trasena is a good one to start reevaluating, like how have you been treating your friends, how you have been carrying your relationships. So it's gonna be a great day to start by just being by those you are loyal to, those you consider your friend, whether just to nurture this friendship or to resolve any issues you've had. And then from one Tz'i, also complementing one Tz'i can also, depending on how the past Trasena went, if we couldn't clarify exactly what to do, Tz'i talks about confusion, confusion in emotions. Because sometimes we cannot just set exactly what we want for our life. Sometimes if our personal life of inner life is a mess, of course all the rest is going to be. If it's not right now, eventually it's going to be. And Tz'i talks about the chaos. Whenever you are in the chaos inside of you, that start asking you or just start listening to the voice to escape from something, to escape from your duties, escape from your commitments, because you are confused in emotions. So this can be an amazing Trasena to keep your emotions in check, to go there and resolve what you have to resolve. Okay? And then from now to Tz'i, we're gonna be moving to nawal, two bats, two monkey, or two thread. Now two is the retraction of the Trecena. So it's the moment where after the spring of the now one, the now two is the one that retracts, that looks back, or tries to calculate how we're gonna be doing things in this Trecena. If you use that for productivity, it's the one that you can just start just calculating things, organizing things for this Trecena, for just to calculate things ahead. Use what didn't work in the past, what kind of things you have to resolve. So then how you're gonna be looking forward. So is the now two is the impulse, you just go backwards just to get more impulse to go forward. And as we are talking about the Trecena of this big movement, this big courage, the big enthusiasm to apply in your relationships, to apply in your projects and everything, first you need to clear what didn't work in the past, what left you in chaos, what left you in confusion in your emotions. But is the thread of time, is the thread that puts ideas together to interconnect, is the knot of work. It talks about creativity. It talks about creativity, it talks about bringing solutions for something that appears to be in the dark. So now Abbat is the one that reestablish order after the chaos of the now the dog. So if there is anything that entangled, in the past Trecenas, just use two bats to untangle that stuff to resolve what you have to resolve. If your problem is with other people, just go there and resolve. Go there, just take the initiative to go there and resolve so you can flow more freely forward. Just use this Trecena of the wind to embrace this power of the wind to carry things away. If everybody just made a mistake or just like it's been kind of hard to forgive, just ask yourself, is it worth it to keep carrying the weight of the mistake of the others through your life? So if not, just take two baths to resolve things, to not let things get entangled, not let you keep carrying like these like corruptive emotions that can explode at any time, that can mess up your other projects, your peace of mind. So remember to resolve things by two bats so you can calculate, you have your mind and your heart more free for the rest of the Trecena. Because otherwise now two bats is going to be being stuck and also in entanglements, in frustrations. So be clear about what are the things you are frustrated about it. So try to resolve into bats, or try to project it throughout this Trecena how we are going to be resolving these issues. Okay? And then moving forward, we're going to be going to Oshib E3 Pathfinder. Now 3 is the first now forward, is the water that opens the path. If you are just calculating, just getting more impulse in now 2, now 3 is the one that has already enough flow to go forward, to start opening the path. So if you want a really good kickstart to start really doing things in Trecena, now 3 is the best choice. Just to start just pushing things. If you found like something blocking you, now 3 gives you, that thing so you can diverge into different possibilities. Don't stop in the first door that shuts in front of you. Now 3 always shows us that it's always a way just to continue going forward. So now 3 is going to be talking about this forward nature to opening the path for this big movement of the Trecena. And now Pathfinder is going to be talking about the path. Can be a spiritual path, can be a physical path, can be also like the intellectual path. Any type of path you can talk about, now Pathfinder is going to be related to that. So 3 Pathfinder is going to be the now to open the path for your enthusiasm. Now A is also related to whenever you daydream, whenever you are just dreaming awake, projecting, having insights about your road, how you want this experience to be. Because first we have to daydream, we have just to picture that inside of us. So then later on we can go and materialize, you can bring that into life. So 3 Pathfinder can be opening the path for this road that you want to bring to your life. So you need to be enthusiastic about it. So they dream about something that makes you create this courage to open the path. Because otherwise, if you do not resolve this stuff, you just have messy emotions over there, you're going to be just diverging to so many places. You're going to be lost in life without meaning, without a purpose. And that's what it's the other nature of the now 3. So the longer it takes you to realize that, to first look within you and then look for where you like to go, the longer it take you to realize that you're just running in circles, you're just walking with corrupted emotions. So you need to look, just to pay attention to what you have to resolve, because after you have everything clear, you can move forward, you can open the path, you can bring new excitement up with you. And then from 3 Pathfinder, we're going to be moving to Kahib for transformation. Now 4, after the water that opens the path, is where you need to establish. So it's the times where you have to ground things, just like the after the water from the waterfall, from the divergence opening the path, falls into a pool of water. So where it stays over there for a bit, just until it gets enough volume. So it's the moment to establish something, just to ground something. And now Ah is going to be talking about the transformation, the changes. Now Ah talks about the family, talks about the home. But whenever we talk about now Ah is always the spirit of transformation. Is the spirit of transformation that's not about what is already transformed, but is what is incomplete that makes you go there and transform. If in the now Pathfinder you had the insights of the road you want to walk, but you are not walking this road yet. So you need to bring this transformation for this deep inside that you had in the now Pathfinder. But first, for having like your enthusiasm, in check, for you having like to work with the wind in your favor, you need to establish what you need to change. Is it your attitude? Is there things that, like the tasks that you left incomplete, from the previous Trecena, are things that are making you bitter, that are you need just to seize that first. So you need to consider that in the fourth transformation. See what you need to change. If there is nothing to change, bring now four is it can be the now how can you innovate? How can you bring something new to the old? How you can use your enthusiasm just to keep evolving your projects, how to keep evolving your relationships, how can you innovate so you don't fall into the boring stuff, to the great stuff. Because the goal here is to avoid becoming stagnant with bitterness, stagnant in inertia, without movement. So that's why this Trecena is very important for us just to be free emotionally so we can fly, so we can just fly with our health, we can fly with our commitments. So we need to work first and get rid of everything that makes us feeling stopped or stuck in life. So after fourth transformation, we're gonna be moving to Hob Ishvalam 5 Jaguar. And here we arrive to the most dominant or aggressive now of this Trecena. Now 5 is the water that overflows. So after the water just hits or just established in now 4, so the pressure of the water can be too much, so the water will overflow the container. So now after having everything in place, so you can flow with it. So it's now that you can give, like if you have everything in place, you can give 150%, you can give 200% for getting like more results at the end of the Trecena. Everything that we do in the 5, that is the strongest now forward in this Trecena, you're gonna be having, like it's gonna be making, I think, the most of the influence of what you're gonna be seeing or what destination we're gonna be arriving in the 13 Yik Trecena in the combination. Because remember, every step that we do, it changes already the destination over there in the 13 Yik, but it's 13 Yik that has been orchestrating everything in there. Is the Yik that can turn the initial emotions of 13 Tz'i into a completely hurricane that can drag things into madness, into an explosion, but also that can take things into new heights, that can make things more beautiful, that can give you that insufflation of life so you can flow with it. And now 5 Jaguar is gonna be the drive, this instinct. Now 5 is the overflow, is the one that cannot be stopped. It's the strongest current of this Trecena. And now Ishvalam, the Jaguar, is the one that talks about your ambitions. It's going to be talking about your inner drive, like your spirit of exploration. So you need to go to the wilderness, you need to explore, you need to have some sort of ambition to achieve stuff. So you need to want something really bad, for you to go there. But you need to be careful to not fall into greed. Even though 5 Ishvalam can be an amazing day for to start exploring new stuff, exploring new lands. I say lands because now Ishvalam, the Jaguar, is also connected to the planet Earth. The planet Earth is the one that provides everything that we have today, even the temporary material stuff that we use. For example, my computer, my phone that I use to do this live with use. We all get everything from the planet Earth. So 5-ish can be talking about like this development, this crazy or this intense development that the Jaguar can bring of using stuff. But on the other hand, we need to be aware of how we are using these resources, from where we are getting these resources. Also, if you want to build new stuff, if you want to prosper and do everything, but we need to bear in mind on how far can we go. Because if our ambitions are uncontrolled, we can fall into a deep greed, and that can end up just messing up our relationships. It's just like trading your soul for gold. That's what now 5-ish can talk about. Sometimes a frustration, an emotional frustration can drive people just to close in the heart, just being very cold and very like aggressive, just like the Jaguars can be, to protect the territory, just to go for what they want. So you need to be very careful on how you're going to be using this energy of 5-ish Falam, because the ferocity of the now ish, this ferocity of the planet, can be also expressed in the explosion of enthusiasm, the explosion of angriness of the now yik. So now yik can later bring like the fury that this representation of the Jaguar can overflow in this Trecena. This also talks about that we also need to have resources just to keep feeling like our excitements. We need to have like much like economies to pay for the things you want to achieve in life. If you want a life on the road, so you need to have a system. You need to be well with you, inside of you. You need to have the drive, but the drive enough for you just to do not let things go in front of you, but do not also let that corrupt you or just put you into blindness of wanting more and more and more. So just be careful on these 5-ish Falam days, but just be also aware that this is necessary if you want just to keep taking things into a new heights. Be aware that you need to take care of very well of your resources. And then from 5-ish Falams, 5 Jaguar, we're gonna be moving to 6 Tz'ikin, 6 Eagle. Now we arrive to the heart of the Trecena. So it's the heart of the wind. Trecena is gonna be the heights of the eagle. So it's going to be pondering the heights, pondering what is your focus. So what is your heart focusing on? So that's the things to ponder in the now 6 eagle. Now 6 is the heart of the Trecena, the moment to put things into the scale. It's the moment to ponder. Not the best day to make a decisions, but you already have enough information from this Trecena to put things just to see where your heart, what your heart is telling you. How you are dealing with your emotions. Are they taking the best of you? Like, are they just pushing you just to drive into things where you did not expect it? You're just being flowing with the wind, or you just have been carried by this emotional confusion that started, that's making you explode. So ponder what is making you be feeling disturbed. Now Tz'ikin talks about the eagle that flies high in the sky, that needs to focus. But although it has like this vantageous vision, it can get easily disturbed. The one that can see everything struggle to see the details. So we need to ponder like, what are the things that have been distracting you? What are the things that have been dispersing you, that is been getting more into your emotions, that's dragging you to a place that you did not imagine, it's dragging you away from your focus. It could be, the abuse of substances. So see whatever is you are investing your time, you're investing your efforts, you're investing your life energy that is not bringing you the desirable results. Also, it can be a day for you to ponder how to use the best way to ponder to use your resources, for you to not spend just thinking with your heart, but also to spend your resources just having your focus in the first place. If everything that you're spending or investing, if aligns with the results you wanna get. So now 6 ego is the moment to ponder that, ponder about your investments, but also to ponder about what has been disturbing you. So you can clear, after clear that, for sure you're gonna be able to see your results in a clearer way. Okay, and then moving to the next nawal, we go to Wukub Ajmaq 7 Complementarity. 7 Complementarity is gonna be the climax of this Trecena. So it's the head of the Trecena. Maybe you can call like the goal. Ajmaq is the nawal that talks about the one that combines the complementary opposites. For example, the female Jaguar and the masculine ego, so you can get a result. It's a nawal that talks about sex, but sex for procreation. That's why it's a nawal of the newborns. It's the cycle of the ancestors. But also in another dimension is the same way that how we apply it whenever we do business. For example, Ajmaq can represent a deal, like whenever you shake hands because you got a deal. Or maybe you have an idea and then you found somebody who can sponsor your idea. So you have an agreement of combining to create something new. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you have the money to invest and you find somebody with a good ideas, a good purpose for you to combine your forces. So now Ajmaq is the one that combines the complementary opposites to bring new results. And also is the nawal from this combining, for every time we combine, there is always this trembling. And this trembling can also bring blindness. Blindness because you can be too excited. If this Trecena is a very emotional one, is the one being driven by the wind that talks about all this excitement, all these uncontained emotions that acts just like a child who just want to do the stuff, who only wants to follow with their own enthusiasm. So this can easily put us into blindness. If we are in the beginning of the Trecena, we start with this new scent of emotions. If you are not walking very carefully to see our next steps, we can easily fall into blindness. Sometimes we can trust in the wrong people. So in that can put us into a mess, that can makes us committing mistakes that we cannot see. And that can helps to mess things up. So these are good things to bear in mind in this nawal. As you already reached the middle point of the Trecena, we already have enough data to see if we are heading to the right place, if our emotions, our enthusiasms are going to be bringing us the results that we want. If you have the right people right beside us to help us, if the Trecena starts with the loyalty and the emotions, and talks a lot in this Trecena on how we bound with people, how we bound with our projects. 7 Ajmaq is the one that combines, the one can put us in blindness, but also is the one that can bring results to our life. It's the one that talks about all of this commitment that we need to have. So here we finalize the first part of the Trecena. If you have any questions before I move to the next nawal, just 1 second. Just need to see what my dog is telling me. So now continuing, uh, let me see if you have any questions. Uh, I will reply that after I finalize the Trecena analysis. But about this flow of this Trecena, I have a video talking about in my playlist called Fundamentals, and I briefly explain that. As I see it's your first time tuning, I think it's the first time tuning the live. I highly recommend you to watch these videos. I'm gonna be linking over here. Okay. Any questions so far? Um, yeah, it could be. This is stuff as that you are asking about the good days for this and for that. It all depends on your nawal. There is no fixed rule. Oh, this nawal is doing for this. But of course, like if you just wanna plant a seed or do something, yes, Ajmaq can be a good day, for traveling or for starting a business, because it's the one that combines. But you always need to put everything in context, okay? In context of, for example, what is your nawal? What is your goal with what you want to bring for doing things? So things are not gonna be working if you just randomly choose. If you just make an intention, if you know the nows, you know what you want to get, you can make a very conscious decisions. Because it's not because 5-ish falam can be a very highly charged day that sometimes it's better to avoid. That doesn't mean it's going to be the best. Maybe for your case could be the best day. So you always need to put that in context. You can, after I finalize the analysis, I can give you some tips if you can write that for me, okay? So let's just continue here with our analysis. So after Ukub Ajmaq 7, we're going to be restarting the Trecena with Washakib Naor. 8 thoughts. Now 8 thoughts. Now 8 is the returning of the Trecena. It's just like the second beginning. It's the restart. So wondering why Kiche Maya people restart things on the now 8 or begin things on now 8 is because it's a beginning that is more prepared. Now 1 Tz'i over there is just the beginning of a new scent. It's a water that can be easily polluted. So it can be easy, just taken away from other. It can be very easily influenced. But what returns, what you determine a flow, what you see repetitions, is a more established beginning for them. And that's about the now 8. What brings back patterns that makes us acknowledge or see repetitions to get knowledge, to start learning about some stuff. So you're going to be having more peace of mind, you're going to be having more data to start. So here is going to be the now to return with your ideas, because now the thoughts talks about the ideas, the plans, the organization. And remember that in the beginning of the previous Trecena, in the 13th fire Trecena, we began with the one thoughts, with the fresh new ideas. Remember the fresh new plan. But now this plan that was just a scent over there, just very soft, now is returning more precise. So what you are seeing now in the 8 Naor is going to be a more solid figure of Naor. So now we are seeing the repetitions, see what kind of organization you're going to be having to deal with your commitments and how you can feed that to your emotions. So if everything starts with these new emotions, 8 Naor can talk about the return of your ideas after this emotional weight they are carrying there. After with the return, also with the excitement that we are building in this Trecena. So you need to be able, if can you go back to these ideas, do they have, so are you able to having all of these ideas organized, develop these ideas? So that's the things to ask here in this 8 Naor. So it's a great day to start organizing, to see the big picture 20 days after the beginning of these new thoughts. See if you find some extra stuff over there that you didn't see. If a good day to see if you have been obsessed about an idea that is not fitting very well into your plan. So revisit there, just try to go back and untangle. Try to um, get out from that obsession. Just put the obsession aside if you acknowledge that you are having one. So to make sure you flow with things, because sometimes now tends to be overthinking, and the more we keep overthinking, the more we start just infectionating our emotions, especially if there are things that does not please us. But if you are on the bright side, just walking through everything, just have your ideas organized. The more organized you are, the clearer is gonna be the next steps, and the more room you're gonna be giving for the wind to drive things, just to push you. Just gonna be easier for you to keep moving. Okay? And then from Washa Kib Naor, the returning of the ideas of the organization, we move to Belaer Tihash, 9 cut. Now 9 cut is the nawal that is going to be talking about the inner healing. So if there is something that you could not find yet in the Trecena, there is something that is bothering you, maybe the presence of like a partner or a friend, or project that is not going, that is just killing you from the inside, it's been infecting you from the inside. Now 90 hash is the day to do this inner healing. It's a day for self-care. It's the day for going to your altar and just to pay for your healing. It's a day for looking for activities to cut the things that are negative, that are weighing you down, maybe these negative emotions that have been taking the best out of you, that are making you mistakes, that are waiting more to the loss that you're having. So 90 hash is the day to go very deep inside of you. If you couldn't find something external, 90 hash is a great day just to take care of that. If you are talking about our home, it can be a day for cleansing your home, just to bring the healing to that. Now 9 talks about what is running, closed doors, hidden in the Trecena. As we can see everything that is going through, what the wind is pushing in this Trecena, with what the wind is doing with this hurricane of emotions. But sometimes there is always like something that can hurt a little, can bother a little bit. It's not just because it didn't make a big noise in the moment that it doesn't mean that it's not gestating over there. So now 9 talks about what is gestating silently in the dark. All of for your results, what you do in your closed doors silently when nobody's talking about you, is going to be making the difference for that. Also 90 hash, if you're just good, if you're just flying with life, can be a good day for you just to filter your ideas, filter your plans. Maybe you can sharpen those ideas, do those things inside, just to bring innovation. Remember to open the path, just to sharpen the results. This can be a good thing to do on this Belaer Tihash, this 9 cut. Otherwise, 9 cut, depending on how the Trecena is falling, can be the inner wounds that you are not treating. And the more it remains untreated or unsupported, the easier it's going to become for the wind just to explode, because the wound can make the wind start exploding more easily. So be aware of that. And then moving to the next nawal, Lauch Kawuq 10 Sheet Lightning. Now 10 is a nawal of the convergence of the Trecena, where everything converges into one single place. We can talk about, like, for example, those rivers that meet in one single place, or the lake that has their inner spring that will provide the water for the animals over there. So it's a common point. Is where my intentions, your neighbor's intentions converge in one single place. That's why you can also relate this now to the community, is what we need to do for that. Because all our projects, it always has an affectation in society. And now Kawuq talks about the deep intuition, talks about the like the light of intuition that you don't ask for that. So it can be like the convergence of deep insights of the community. We can be excited about our things, but we also co-create stuff with others. We also we also produce something for others. So this can be the convergence of the big insights. If you wanna bring your projects, your relationship to new heights, so you need to listen to them. It's about converging, about asking, to see things more clear, how to resolve stuff, or how to take things into to bring more excitement. It's about to converge to clear communication. Now, Kawuq is the now of the vision. We always tend to talk about vision as the now of the Tz'ikin because of the ego, because of the vantage point. But whenever we use that in Maya, Kawuq is the now of the vision, the tunnel vision, is the one that makes you see the big picture way in front of you, beyond time. So it's the one that you're gonna be having to align. Now, ego, now Tz'ikin is the one that focuses about going straight forward. The more you are focused, the more you're gonna be combining the light to see the big picture, to see things clearer. It's the sheet lightning that brightens everything up. And also is gonna be the one that's gonna be sharpen your communication if you have something to announce. So if you have something to announce in this Trecena, you can use the Kawuq to do this announcement for the public. So you're gonna be having enough time just to understand your excitement, understand what is the pitch that you have to use. So use that to deliver this clear communication. But also this accumulation of excitement that now 13 gig can bring in this Trecena can also repercute in the conversion of gossips if you are not focused. If you are just taking things on the automatic, now Kawuq can be the repercussion of gossips. Maybe if you just gossip something, way back, something about your friend, if you just put your toxic words of people acting with toxic words against you, remember the wind is always going to bringing these words back. Do never underestimate the power of the wind, because he is the one that carries the words. If the wind is the one that's going to be carrying the words is going to be also converging into gossips that can put you into trouble as well. So bear in mind of what you talk to the wind. The wind is a gossiper. That's what the Maya says. I'm not even joking. So bear in mind of that, because sometimes you can get into trouble because of the way you communicate, the way you act. Sometimes an uncontained enthusiasm without proper, understand the proper repercussions can lead into, convert into trouble. Okay? But this can be in a brilliant and a beautiful day for you to do announcements, or just to sit down with others, just to take your insights to a new level, just to build things together. This can be an amazing day. And moving to the next nawal, we're gonna be going to Junajpu 11 Conqueror Sun. Now 11 is the one that dilutes. If now 10 is the convergence, now 11 is a divergence. Just similar to now 3 the diverges, but now if now 3 goes forward, now 11 is the one that dilutes. Is the one that removes all of the pressure of the Trecena. After we converge and tensionate everything, now is the time to release. So 11 talks about that, or expanding or releasing. And Junajpu talks about the battle to shine, the battle to get the images, to bring the beauty, the shine, the glory. It talks about getting out of the darkness, the saga of the Tz'i that goes to the darkness of the soil to rise up as a flower. But we are from this, from becoming from the Tz'i to become a flower, there is always a journey that needs to go there. It needs to fight to get what it wants. It needs to overcome the darkness, the insecurities. So 11 Junajpu is going to be talking about disperse or dilute all of the fears you have been carrying, dilute all of this, all your insecurities, the emotional insecurities that have been making you avoid or just to run away from your purpose. If if you just now in the beginning of the Trecena, we spoke about the three Pathfinder opening the path, but sometimes if we just give up every time we see a door shutting in front of us, we we're gonna be always quitting from everything because this is a pattern of life. We need to learn how to fight. We need to learn how to be brave. We need to learn how to get the timing of this enthusiasm, getting in the flow with the wind, just to get these opportunities to overcome a challenge. So 11 Junajpu is going to be talking about overcoming and just to release all these insecurities, this fear for the battle, and believe in yourself to bring the glory that you want. So use this inspiration that now Yik is bringing in this Trecena with this explosion in emotions to get there. I don't know how to say in English. Whenever you see the winds, you just go with the wind. It pushes you. I forgot the word. So you can get that impulse. So use the one of the key words that I can apply for now. Yik is the impulse. So use the impulse of the wind of this explosion in emotions, so you can create this courage if things are tend to be hard. Because otherwise, you're always going to be dispersed by your fears for your lack of courage, and that's what you want to avoid in here. And then from 11 Junajpu, we're going to be moving to Kawuq, Imox 12 water. Now 12 is the hidden balance of the Trecena. It's the one that is going to be the last step before the culmination of the Trecena. It's going to be the one is the last moment to equilibrate things. After all of the movement that you do, there is always the unexpected effect, the butterfly effect that comes out of the sudden. Every single movement that you did from the beginning of the Trecena is already being determined by what is happening in this big part of the Trecena. Of course, we can pave a little bit, but every single curve that we turn, every single street that we turn, there is also a pre-established destination. And that's how Maya see time. That's why now Yek, the 13 winds, are really pushing things. And the hidden factor of this Trecena, another hidden factor is going to be the Imox, it's going to be the injection of force. It's going to be the flow. Because remember, emotions, they can diverge, they can go to so many places. If you have that spark of emotions, like these new emotions, we need to learn how to extract that, to use that onto our favor. Because that's a powerful fuel that we have to complete things, just to get results in your lives, just to get that power from that injection of force from these emotions. So 12 Imox is going to be talking about this hidden balance of this injection of force that's going to be making you continue with the flow, making you continue with your growth. But Imox talks about a lot of power, but with little precision. That's why it's connected to the left hand. Imox in Quiche means like the left hand, something that got confused or got distorted over there. So 12 Imox is gonna be the moment where you need to balance stuff. It's the final moment to try to balance the flow, balance the growth. If you're too enthusiastic, maybe it's time to see if Imox tells you it's better to put things a little bit down. If you are just too low, maybe it's better just to inject a little bit of more force. Find your flow to keep bringing your results. Okay? Otherwise, now 12 Imox can talk about the unexpected madness. If you are uncontrolled with your emotions, just talking about just embracing doubt, seeing the consequence, just acting completely in blindness, 12 Imox is going to be talking about this unexpected madness. So bear in mind that. That's why you need to be careful with the now ish falan in the beginning of the Trecena, because it can makes a lot of mm, strength and a lot of ripples in what we're going to be seeing the 12 Imosh. And then after the 12 Imosh, we're going to be jumping to the culmination of the Trecena, the ruler, 13 Yik, Osh Lahu Yik, 13 wind. This is gonna is the now is gonna be talking about everything that we spoke so far. Is the 13 is the biggest, is the accumulation, is the transcendence. And now Yik is the insufflation of life, is the impulse of life, is the now of the enthusiasm, is the big courage, is the explosion of emotions. It's just like a happy kid, just not thinking about, just flowing with life. That's the power of now Yik. But it's a very emotional nawal. It's a nawal that's it's just like a balloon. If you just go against it, it can throw temper tantrums. It's a nawal that talks about angriness as well. So if you start the Trecena confused with the confused emotions, as we saw in one dog, these can culminate in a big explosions, can accumulate in you being very reactive to the others, very sensitive what people tells you. So the more imbalanced you are in the emotions, like the angriest, you're gonna be, you know, on the 13 yik. The 13 yik can take the worst out of you. But if you start that with a new faith, with a new emotion, something that makes you feeling excited, now yek is only gonna be the accumulation of excitement, this flow of light, insufflation, and this for sure can bring you to the results you want, results to your projects, to your personal life, to everything. That's why this emotional aspect is so important and so powerful in here. But you need to treat that with careful. Do not underestimate the wind. Understand? Be careful what you spread with the wind. Okay, remember in the past Trecena we spoke about our commitments, but sometimes it's better just to gestate things a little bit longer before we start announcing things. Contain your excitement. So the more you are your plans organized, as we saw here, the more we tend to follow things with more ease. Okay. So, and then in this Trecena also culminates what the more we project to resolve things in the two monkey, also the best, we can see in this 13 wind. If we could or were able to open the path with our enthusiasm, we can see things just really opening. We can find our path, we can find meaning, we can find purpose, just enjoying this flow of emotions. And then in the four transformation, we can also bring changes, we can bring innovation. So we can overflow in the now 5 Jaguar with our resources, with our development. So we can ponder better what to invest, what is our focus in the now 6 Eagle. So we can find the eyes on the results that we want to achieve on the 7 Complementarity. So we can return with the new thoughts and more mature ideas and planning the 8 Naor, 8 thoughts. So we can cut the obsession, we can sharpen up those ideas in 9 cut. We can heal ourselves also with these emotional aspects in now 9 cut. So we can converge clear vision in the now 10 Kawuq sheet lightning. So we can spread our glow. We can find our courage to overcome our darkness in 11 Conqueror sun. So we can find the extra balance or the extra injection of force in the 12 water. So we can get this big impulse in the 13 wind. So this is the flow of this Trecena. Of course, things can go, here and there, can be mixing up. There are so many repercussions that this Trecena can talk about, but this is the brief summary of how this Trecena can go. And the more we accumulate this impulse, the next Trecena, there's going to be the Tz'ikin, the Eagle Trecena. We can set up these heights, we can set up like this new focus. We can have like a strong energy and movement just to go straight forward to achieve that. Okay, so this was this analysis. Now if you have any questions regarding to this Trecena or regarding to the Maya calendar or regarding to anything else, I'm gonna be here to answer you. Okay. Um, so now let me see the questions. Yeah, now returning. Amagus, I think I'm pronouncing correctly because the letters are very small here in my streaming software. Amagus, if you intend, do you know what is your nawal? Just type that for me. What is your nawal? Because things related to business trips, if it's something that you do very often, sometimes you don't need to choose a day. It depends on how, if that is something that you are already working, is already a goal that you have been like working for a longer periods, you don't need to be that. But if there is an extra intention that you like to set, then you can find a day. So if you can describe a little bit in here, I can help you find a day here in the live. Okay, I will give you some light. And the others, if you have any other questions in here, just leave that. I'm gonna be waiting for you to finish writing down. About this stuff, the 1 and the 13 of the Trecena, remember that we are talking about a system. Do not try to isolate a nawal. In one of my playlists, I talk about that. Nawal 1 is also as important as the 13, is as important as the nawal 2, because without one of them, they do not work. Okay? The 13 is always the strongest entity of the Chorkir. Remember, this is not portals, this is not an horoscope, this is not like just playing for productivity. We are talking here, if we are seeing the Maya calendar as the Mayas, we are talking about the entities. And the entities is going to be always driven and ruled by another one that talks about. The accumulation of this Trecena that we were just analyzing here is the wind. So every single every single aspect that I spoke in here in this Trecena is part of this big entity. So the now 1 Tz'i, that is the beginning of the emotions, is also related to this what can become. But after the half second that 1 Tz'i begins, who determines the things is the now 13. So that's the thing. This is what is pushing the Trecena forward. Of course, but as the Yik is the explosion of emotions, we need to understand that Tz'i, being the emotion itself, is also an element that can explode. If you take here, I have a video talking about the Chobor. This is how we use, let me share the screen here. So here, that people call about the Maya cross is not actually a Maya cross, okay? We talk about Chobor, that means understanding, or about a council. We can use that to understand the nawals. Because a nawal cannot be understood by itself. We always need other nawals to understand. So if you want to understand now Yik, you need to understand nawal Ishvalam, the Jaguar, on the upper part, that is the Tikishik, or the inception, and also the Tior Laben, that is now Tz'i, now the dog, is the conception. Because it talks about the exploration, the ferocity of the Jaguar, of the incitation, but also the emotions of now Tz'i. So then you have like this strong drive that connects the ferocity of the Jaguar and the emotions of the now Tz'i into this big insufflation, like this big drive, this big enthusiasm. Okay? And here is what the others is what provide balance. But every single now is used to explain one the other. But it's what is the conception of the every nawal Tz'i? The dog is the wind. The wind is always going to be connected here with the dog. So that's the same thing for the in the nawal Tz'i. If we just go back, let me just go back here to the date. It's the 22nd of May. Everything that Tz'i that starts with the Tz'i in this Trecena, you can see what is the incitation, what makes this new emotion starts is the wind. So in what this new starting of the Trecena talking about is the wind. So you can see how the wind is pushing everything forward. So we cannot understand the Maya calendar if you just apply Western thinking about linear thinking. There is another ways to understand the Trecena whenever something happens to us, that I do that in my consultations. Whenever somebody appears with an issue to resolve, could be something serious, there is another way to interpret. There is also a hidden Trecena that needs to be taken into account. There are so many different things, okay? While you start on looking at the Maya calendar as a Western, you're not going to be able to take the advantages of the Maya calendar to work and create a relationship with the calendar in a deeper level. So you need to understand that you cannot isolate the nawals. They are always part of a system. And the first thing beyond understanding individual nawals is understanding the system. Okay? So this is the Trecena of the 13 Ix, the Trecena of the 12 Imox, is the Trecena of 11 Junajpu. Is the Trecena of that can be named by any of these nawals because they are all as important, but the one that rules everything, the strongest entity of this entire system here is always going to be the 13th nawal. Okay? The real repercussion of a nawal Tz'i, you're going to be seeing whenever Tz'i comes back as a full entity, as a 13, as the big dog, these big emotions, before the cycle restarted. Okay? So, if that's clear, just send that a thumbs up there in the comment section. So, okay, Anamagus, you have a business trip going in order to expand. So as you are just doing that for an expansion of something that we already do, and you said that you are now 4 Jaguar, so you can use if something that you can choose in this Trecena, like this now is 5 Jaguar, 6 Eagle, and 7 Ajmaq to just state that. If you want to take an action, if you want to do something, I suggest you to do in the 3 Pathfinder. 7 Ajmaq can be a good day for you to do that. 8 nawal, 8 thoughts can be another good day for you to do that, for organizing, just to bring the organization of that for the expansion. So having that plan as you are 4 ish falam also helps you just to keep that drive established. If you could avoid in this case, avoid 90 hash, doing something like that. Avoid 4 I would avoid also the 5 Jaguar, but use the 5 Jaguar just to do something internal. Just go there, as you mentioned, with your team, stuff over there. Just do internal stuff on these days. But if you want to just do a final action, I would say 7 Ajmaq, 7 Complementarity can be a good day for that. Before the 3 Pathfinder, but these would be like the best days. The 3 Pathfinder, 7 Complementarity, 8 Thoughts. Yeah, the push 13 Wind can be good, 12 Imox can be good as well. But according to what you're saying, I would go for this. Of course, if you have something extra, you can just add that. So maybe I can add something more to your insights. What else? Any more questions? Mm, yeah, it can be. Yeah, just no. There is there is a way that you can do. There is so many different ways that you can do an organization, but I would suggest you just to do a preparation. That's something I do for my clients. I have a career alignment over there, a session that I will show you. If you just go to my calculator, you can just go for here the career alignment. That I help people with this business interpretations of how to do and how to prosper, how to get more things. There are many different ways that I prefer not doing that by the Trecena, but I prefer by vintenas, the Ajmaq, Kernen. I think it's better for organized, but that's going to be depending for every single person. I don't know what you already do for your business because we are just getting to know ourselves right now. I just know about your business trip, about your textile company so far. But I can really help you if you just want to bring the Maya calendar to your company. I can help with that in the career alignment. Okay? And I can go very deep into that. I have many other clients that I already helped working with that. That you can see that you're going to be putting in touch with them to grow up as a networking as well. So, but for that, like I would say you can use these dates for what you asked me. But if you like to go deeper, if we can sit down and go way deeper in a session. Okay, if you ended up working together, I'm I'm for sure, I'm very confident that you can take things into a new height. Uh, but it does, as you mentioned, just by following the calendar as you just started by organizing, because the mind likes creating patterns. The Maya calendar is full of patterns to follow. Once you get into tune into this, it can give you like makes you wonders for organizations. But this is only the tip of the iceberg. But once you create a relationship with the calendar, because that's one of the things that most people that watch my videos or Tata Pabianteo or any indigenous, because they come as with the Western mentality of approaching this as an astrology. Because if you just try to compensate that, okay, you can get like organization from this, but you're always going to be in the surface level. Once you learn how to enter and create a relationship with the calendar, it's not going to be about programming. It's going to be about having a meeting with the entities to work, for you. It's another a whole another level that I talk to my students. I talk to the people who reach out to me in my DMs. Whenever we start really experiencing the Maya calendar, you're gonna be if you're already seeing results right now, let alone when we are deeper into that. But yeah, I can be your guide into the role, my friend. Oh, your channel is underrated. Oh, I don't. Yeah, I'm just letting things flow. But I appreciate if you guys enjoying the content that I'm bringing here. I don't want to rush things to making like the very advanced stuff. So I would like to help people to start walking the calendar, having being familiar with the calendar. That's why I don't talk very often about other cycles in here, because my purpose is to start people walking with the calendar. Okay, but if you like my help to help you with your life, there is something personal, something about the projects, reach out to me. Can DM on the Instagram. I always talk to everybody. I always open to help everybody who I can. If there is a session that you saw that fits your needs, I'm gonna be more than happy to working with you. And if there is no more questions, we can finalize this live. Was good getting together with you in here. Don't forget to go to my website and subscribe to my newsletter because I always send extra hints about the Trecena through there. That is not in a specific date, it's always spontaneous, but that's always my first place to go. People already there know about the things that I have been working in here. So if you want to get this priority in receiving the news, just subscribe to my newsletter. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here with me, for accompanying me in this live Trecena analysis. I wish you all a great Trecena ahead, and very soon I'll be posting a new video. Thank you, guys. See you and bye.